Hello, my Sylverwhere siblings. Today, I have the spoons to cover the Scout Law and Oath in my own words, so that you can kind of get a feel for who I am and a feel for how I feel about some of these things. So, before we get into it, I have struggled for years against the flow of health issues, against hindering ideologies, and to tether myself to the scriptures, as well as to the Scout Law and Oath. These are not the ideas presented here of my Scoutmaster and other leaders, though these may echo their conclusions, but these are my own conclusions that I have drawn, which tie me closer to the Scouting family and to my faith. This is a piece here where I will say something about everything, not everything about something. A Scout is. Anywhere that you find me, I want you to know that I will be trustworthy. That I want my word to mean what I say when I say it. Therefore, I will be careful with my yes and my no, thus choosing where to put my energy so that I can be trustworthy. Loyal. That I will fight like a Mandalorian for my clan. I choose scouting because in so many ways it has become my clan and adopted family, for whom I will fight and defend. Helpful. That I will seek to help and heal those who need it, even if that means taking the time to care for myself first. Friendly. I want to smile when weary, and to love others even when they don't want it, and to keep myself from being sharp or uncaring towards myself and others. Courteous. I want others to feel at home in my company, but not to accept the unjust, for that itself shows injustice to those who need it most. Kind. That I will care for and show softness to all who need it, whether they deserve it or not, even if that means myself. Obedient. I will always recall the values instilled in me by my mentors and faith. Those who have laid in me a foundation have built legacies, some yet to be seen. Obedience to one's values can be the guide in respectfully saying no, even to great outward authority. Cheerful. Let all remember me by my smile, laugh, and stories. People won't remember what you did or what you said, but how you made them feel. Thrifty. That I will always spend my spoons, my energy, on the people and the things that I care about, on my faith, my found family, and scouters, and to save energy by not quarreling needlessly. Brave. Bravery is not the absence of fear, but rather the will to overcome it. I have seen this quote attributed to so many greats, but I heard it first from my Scoutmaster, and that is who I envision every time I hear it. Clean. That I will keep my speech, my mind, and my emotions clean. This takes a conscious effort to clean out hatred, greed, swearing, and malice, not just using a bar of Irish Spring. Reverent. Perhaps the hardest and most vague of all. However, I will always be respectful of others' ideologies and work towards a common ground to learn from alongside them, while also leading them. This is also being clean and conservation-minded while exploring what I consider to be one of the most beautiful creations. On my honor. I heard it said many times that honor is what lets you look a man in the eye, and without it, he won't look you back. Wise words, but what do they mean? While honor stems from the respect given to your peers and younger, honor is given when you are not seeking it, but when you are giving it to others. Honor is also built on the foundations of trustworthiness. I will do my best. Best is subjective. It is not, I will complete this task now and can and always will do. Rather, it is a statement of living at your all in that moment, and sometimes still falling short of your goal. To do my duty to God and my country. Duty to God and country goes back to the idea of being obedient to your values. If you are obedient to and follow your duty to God as the creator and supreme law of the land, then you will seek to better the country you are in and serve in your place as your duty. And to obey the Scout law. This line is the reason I did the oath second and not first, as is usually presented. Listing the law and defining obedience gives you your values check that you can then move forward with, and is a great foundation of bedrock to build on, to help others at all times. This differs from the Scout law point of being helpful in a very meaningful way, while also reiterating the same point because of its immense importance. This is specifically looking outwards as an instruction, something that is harder and harder to find in people as we move out of isolation. To keep myself physically strong. Much of this goes back to doing your best. When I was dealing with iron poisoning, my best, as far as physically fit went, was to walk around the block, while my good friend could climb 14ers at the same time. This is again subject to doing your best. But don't underestimate yourself, and always try to be your better self. Mentally awake. Pursue mind-sharpening trainings and people. Abstain from things that could impair you. This is different for everyone, as even a steak with the iron poisoning will cloud my judgment deeply and push me badly into a fog. Mostly it means to stay away from drugs and alcohol, or anything that will impair your judgment, as nothing good ever comes from them in the long run. And morally straight. Morality is based in your values. As for me, I am a Christian. Obeying God's word and going where I am called is fundamentally a part of my values. This also means that even while serving in Scouts, there may be other places like church, school, and work that call on you to be morally a compass for others. Keeping your priorities straight is a huge part of keeping your morals straight. Faith, hope, and obedience to your values are built in times of opposition, and not in an armchair. So hold tight to the intent of the Scout oath and law, in what you do now and in your great future. I hope to talk to you all again soon, my Sylverwhere siblings.